In today's video, we're going to talk about whether you should buy or lease commercial real estate for your business. Stay tuned. So Ashley and I are in the process of building out a new dental office, and one of the first questions we had to deal with was whether to buy or rent commercial real estate. And I think this decision applies to anyone purchasing real estate for their business, whether it be in healthcare or something entirely different. And towards the end of the video, I want to share what worked best for us, so make sure you stay tuned for that. The 6 main benefits of owning commercial real estate include equity, appreciation, fixed overhead, tax breaks, rental potential, and control. Let's start with equity. Equity is the amount you actually own of your dental office space. As you pay off the principal loan and interest, the amount of equity or ownership that you have in that building will also increase. This is awesome because you now have the option to sell or take a line of credit on the property in the future. The second main factor is appreciation. Appreciation is an increase in value of an asset over time. This increase can happen due to changes in inflation, interest rates, and the demand for real estate in the future. And if the office space appreciates in value, you now have the option to sell the space for a profit in the future. And that's just amazing. Number 3, fixed overhead. When owning a space, your mortgage is a fixed rate that you agree to. A lease payment is fixed over a small period of time, but the property owner has the ability to raise the rates during these lease negotiations. So you have to be careful because it's so difficult to pick up your office and move to a new space if you can't come to an agreement. And I'm actually in the process of sharing some of these stories in my Facebook group. I'll drop a link down below, and I encourage dentists, dental students to join if you're interested in starting your own practice. Number 4, tax breaks. With ownership, your interest, depreciation, and other mortgage-related expenses are typically tax deductible. With leasing, you can deduct the entire monthly payment as well as other ongoing costs. Now, tax advantages vary from state to state, so make sure to talk to an accountant to see what tax breaks may be available to you. Number 5, rental potential. If you are the owner of a property, you have the potential to rent the entire space or portions of the space in the future. This can be an amazing passive income source if you decide to sell your office to someone down the line. And the final benefit is control. When you buy, you have so much more control over the space. You can make changes as you need without having to get permission from the owner of the building. So now that you know the benefits, let's talk about the negatives. The 5 cons to buying a dental practice space include a higher initial investment, capital loss potential, upkeep costs, a competitive real estate market, and lack of flexibility. Number 1 is a high initial investment. When purchasing, you're gonna have to make a substantial down payment. There's also closing costs and due diligence fees that get stacked onto the price. Number 2, capital loss potential. There is always a chance that the property value will go down and you take a loss when selling. That's why it's so important to use a real estate broker to get the best deal possible. Someone that has done multiple deals in the past and maybe has some dental offices in their resume. Number 3, upkeep costs. If you choose to buy, property costs are now your responsibility. That means you're responsible for property tax, insurance, repairs and maintenance. The list goes on and on. Number 4, expensive real estate. Depending on your location, you may not be able to afford the property. Keep in mind that most dentists graduate with over $300,000 worth of loan, and they simply don't have the means to purchase a property up front. On top of that, competitive areas will have more expensive real estate and a higher upfront cost. That's why some dentists partner together to make that initial down payment way more affordable. Number 5, flexibility. A mortgage can tie you down to one location, and you may not have the means to move to a different location in case of an emergency or if you want to practice somewhere else. But with leasing, you can choose to move or relocate when your lease agreement is up, and it gives you a bit more flexibility with your finances. Purchasing is an awesome option if you want to build equity, or you may want to sell the office or lease the office in the future. But you need to have enough money for that initial down payment, the mortgage, and property upkeep. Leasing may be a better option if you aren't ready to commit to an office location and you want more financial flexibility. But you need to be prepared for a lack of control and potentially increased rent prices. All this information came from my personal research while starting my own dental practice. I would definitely recommend talking to your attorney, accountant, real estate broker when deciding which option is best for you. My family decided that the best option was to purchase an office space. We know that we're not going to be moving our practice location anytime in the future, and we hope that this was the best decision. Our next video is going to be about how to choose a practice location, and we'll be sharing some of our insight. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you, and have a good day.